All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for The Summer Hikaru Died, Episode 3. Oh my god, okay. We had a series of very weird, strange events here.
We did indeed.
We had
chicken.
Yes. And in fact, in some ways, that was the least weird thing that happened last episode.
Sure.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah, I don't know if I would agree on that, but sure.
I mean,
yeah.
It was probably not the least weird, but it was not my top two, that's for sure.
Yeah. There were definitely weirder things that happened in the last episode.
Yeah. The forest walk with just that thing and then Hikaru being like, no.
I'll just gobble it up.
Just look at me.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Man.
Oh, and then the housewife just grabbing him and being like, it's following you, isn't it? And it's like, what? Who are you?
Yeah.
What do you want? What are you doing? How do you know that thing is gone? What the hell?
Do you always begin conversations
Right,
this way?
right, exactly.
I desperately want our boy Yoshiki to give you a call.
Right.
But that, I think any reasonable person would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so, excuse me?
Maybe if things get really bad, yes.
And to be fair, things are already pretty bad.
Things are pretty bad, but in a lot of ways, they're not trending in that direction too badly, like...
Gotta love some good old-fashioned emotional manipulation of teenagers who don't know any better.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Okay, but on the plus side, Yoshiki's hanging out with friends.
Yes, he is not isolated.
He is not isolated for now.
Tanaka, the investigator, is here. Awesome.
I am so excited for his presence to be felt by more characters.
Yes, and I hope that he does not die.
No, in
a while.
In a weird way, I feel like the part that's the most worrisome about people right now is that Hikaru,
right,
currently does not seem to want to hurt anybody.
Right.
And in a lot of ways, that's because of Yoshiki.
Going fine.
Well, no, everything's going great with Yoshiki, right?
Yeah.
So as long as that continues, things should be good.
Right.
Because he's the worst of this. There are other things
that are worse.
That aren't as bad.
Oh.
That aren't as bad. They submit to the Lord Ruler, you know.
Exactly.
Right.
There are other things that are more immediately problematic, but are of a lower pecking order, shall we say.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would love Yoshiki to be confident enough to start pulling on Hikaru to be like, hey, what's going on? Like, tell me a little bit more about what you know.
Man, I would love that, but also... Maybe leave that for the professionals.
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe.
And the thing is, in a situation like that, I get it, you know? Like, you're just like, hey, all these red flags, they're just, there's a race happening somewhere, you know? Like, it has nothing to do with me specifically. It's fine. But it's not fine.
Yeah. God, Yoshiki.
Listen to your gut.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. But, all right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh. Flashback to a great summer.
You'll be fine.
Amazing. Oh.
Precious.
Okay, maybe you should save them from this misunderstanding. This could ruin their afternoon.
Yeah. My brain's frantically trying to figure out whether or not we can hope for some kind of happy ending here.
Well, yeah, no, we'll get a happy ending. The reason why is it's going to be a sad goodbye.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
And I think in a lot of ways it'll be Hikaru saying goodbye.
Oh.
Of like
okay.
Like basically like Yoshiki will hit a point of confidence to basically be able to have a proper, not exactly what he wants or wanted relationship. But, yeah. Denial. Ooh, that's a good.
All right. Yay, we're bringing it up.
Yeah. All right, that's why you're thinking about the watermelon from a previous summer. Yeah.
I'll bet Hikaru could eat that in one bite now.
Real.
See, when he's like this, he feels so normal.
Yeah. Not gonna say hi. All right. Let's just have a normal day, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know too well.
The uncanny valley.
Well, it's also he's basically, would you like me to eat it like a monster and like, you know, have it all just disappear and then, you know? The video game accomplishment.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
It's like he's specifically trying to push all the nostalgia buttons.
Well, I mean, that's what you do when you're friends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to see what characters they play. Come on. Hikaru would play Kirby.
Or like Jigglypuff or something.
No, because swallow.
And the thing is, there's also that element of where it's just, but you've also grown up. So, like, there would be things that would be different. And
yeah, we're not there anymore. Time has passed.
yeah.
I love it. It's like he forced himself to,
Yeah.
like, yeah. Yeah, that's the denial. There you go. Wow.
Hasn't even touched his own watermelon.
Yep. Oh.
The thinking to say that. Still didn't take a bite. Oh.
Oh, no.
What? What?
No.
I'm sorry.
Lore. Yeah, small town, yeah. Oh.
And it just keeps going.
Did he clean it up? Gotcha. Immediately. Oh, left his phone there.
God damn it.
Oh, okay. We're fine. No.
Now he's got a name. Oh my god.
Cool. They're in a public space. Straight to business. No way. Did he tell her everything?
Oh,
He did.
Shit. Good
Oh
job.
my gosh. Wow. Oh, Yoshiki.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, both of us, yeah. Oh, there's some of that. Huh.
ここら一帯にって言ってもわからんよね。おるはずのないもんが増えてきてる。町や村が徐々に狂い出してるんよ。多分あんたの友達になっとる何かの影響やと。
This is going very quickly.
巨大な塊という感じ。地獄みたいなの気配が山から消えたと思った矢先、急激に歪みが大きなった。
Person shaped like the thing on the map.
抑えられていたんかも。
And then Hikaru comes in.
Oh, damn. She's talking this much about it. She's probably dead.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, what did you mean by that? Who did you lose? It didn't go well. What?
また一緒にいたかった。あんたもなんとなくわかるやろ。このまま一緒におったらあかんって。
Wait, what?
それに前に進むためには知っておく必要があるんちゃうかな。ご注文のアメリカメガデラックス大統領になります。
Two of those?
Oh. Oh.
Alright, so just see if you can drown it in a mega parfait, I guess.
Yeah, the sudden weather shifting patterns is another way to build just the general anxiety.
Yeah. It's also reflective of his internal state, right? Because one moment he's thrilled that his friend's back, the next he's in the pits. Yeah, that was said. And would, not just could.
Oh, that's a cool effect. It didn't work! Yeah! Oh, this is a really bad mood! Oh!
Yeah.
Talk!
That was a...
の前の週末なんで町の方来とった知らん人とのメッセージ前は結構何でも話しとったと思うけど前ってさも自分のことのように言うけどな
Wow, yeah. Yeah.
やっぱそうな俺が本当の光とちゃうから
Yeah. I'm so glad we're bringing this up already.
Yeah.
Like,
やっぱり俺じゃダメなの当たり前やろお前はダメも喋り方も
yeah.
光そっくりやけどさ
But you're not him.
あれちゃうやんか
Uh-huh.
ごめんそうよな普通にヨシキがおらんとダメない消えろなんねん初めてのお前みたいな偽物は
Whoa.
もうさどこまでが自分の感情なんかわからん
Oh, sure.
このまま一緒におったらあかんって。
Mixing. Yeah.
お前を好きなんや
Phrasing.
And on the arm?
It's the same mark that's on Tanaka. On Tanaka's neck. It's the same like style of like bruising or something. Wow, that's gorgeous.
Well, okay.
I have so much to say. Oh
All
my
right.
god. Oh, yeah. Oh. This is truly the summer Hikaru died. Like, it's still taking time to fully accept it. Yeah, the denial is... Yeah, everyone can notice that. True. Why am I starting to ship those two now?
Yeah. Clearly, they just need to kiss already.
Yeah. Oh. Wait, so now Hikaru's isolating and... Whoa. Wow. Oh. Oh.
Avoids eye contact.
Yeah, you are. Oh, that. Yeah, I'm thinking about something else right now. Oh my gosh. It's just
wow.
Wow. I did not expect things to go this well so quickly.
Whoa.
Yeah, you're in some ways unfiltered Hikaru.
Whoa.
Hikaru had all these, like, issues being real, you know? He's like, I recognize it in me. Yeah. Oh.
You don't gotta do anything, but okay.
No, I have a lot to say. This is really cool.
So this was fun.
This was really fun.
This was, oh man.
Like, I gotta say, y'all, buckle up. This is an episode that didn't completely rug pull me, but it basically let me know how confident this show is going to go directly in to a proper, like, BL storyline with the horror, elements being there. But that's the core focus of the, like, immediate conflict. Rather than it being about, oh, how do I, like, end up getting this mystery discovered and, let everyone else know that no.
It's not about the horror survive the monster.
No,
thing.
it's not.
It's how do you get out of a bad relationship?
Well, okay, so I think I want to bring up something here. I think that the point of this episode is to bring up basically that what Yoshiki wants and what he has wanted is a relationship with Hikaru.
Right.
And he had a relationship with Hikaru, but it never went actually in the direction that he truly wanted.
Right.
Which is because Hikaru had insecurities, an inability to be completely honest.
Sure.
Some internalized homophobia, most likely. And then also
On top of Yoshiki, like being an insecure teenager with confidence issues.
Oh,
and,
totally. But I'm just focused on Hikaru's stuff
gotcha.
right now. Like, obviously, that's a big part of it. But the idea that Hikaru would probably never have reciprocated his feelings.
Sure.
And not necessarily because of one thing, but just because of a smattering of things.
Yeah.
Now, because of who this person is, not Hikaru.
Right. New Hikaru.
New Hikaru, yeah.
Yep.
He's actually able to cast aside, in a lot of ways, maybe cultural Hikaru. Like the equivalent is that this monster, this thing, doesn't have all the cultural things that Hikaru would have.
It has a lot of data, but it doesn't necessarily know what to do with all of it. And so
it's not filtering it through the lens of what Hikaru would typically filter it through.
So going with broad stroke stuff before we dive into all the details.
Sure.
In my mind, what effectively this episode did is it made it so that it answered the question of whether or not we can trust Hikaru to an extent, because there's the whole thing of, is this just a very complex lie and manipulation?
Yes.
Which I think it still is.
Okay.
But the thing is that it's not just that, right? And that's where the whole thing of the I don't know what emotions are mine and all that stuff, because they're all jumbled together. Fantastic. Awesome. That's a great way to make it complicated so that we are actually dealing with a person rather than just a hungry monster that is going to do the perfect mimicry so that then it can eat you, right?
Right, because it's not just that.
Right, because
that would be too simple of a story.
Right,
also.
and hence I think the thing that you were talking about of it being more primarily about the romance of it rather than about the horror monster yokai aspect of it, even though that's
a huge part of it.
The framing of all of it.
But that is not the central conflict.
Right, and so what we end up having here, and where I think this basically added some much needed nuance to the situation is this still going to be about a manipulative relationship with someone who's dangerous that you need to get away from? I think it will be. But the thing is that that's not going to be because they're a monster. It's going to be because they're a person.
Right.
And that's where it's going to it's going to hit home a lot better, because if it's just, my partner is, a monster, they're a mindless whatever that wants to consume all people in the world, there's not much conflict there, right?
Yeah,
how do you escape them?
Well, you could, but it would be primarily through the lens of Yoshiki slowly but surely coming to grips with that and accepting that.
Yes.
But the denial that he was dealing with this episode was whether or not he was able to truly disconnect the Hikaru of the past and the Hikaru of the present.
Right. And
because in a lot of ways, he's in love with Hikaru. And he can still help this Hikaru, who he does feel the feelings for still.
Sure.
But this is not the Hikaru that he fell in love with. So in a lot of ways, he gets to start from zero, while he does have base general attraction to him because he looks like the guy that he likes.
Right.
It's not him, and thus the flower wilts at the end to disconnect it from those happy summers of the past.
Right.
Yeah.
Hikaru died.
Hikaru did die.
Right.
And this episode, he fully accepted that.
Yes. And so now it's this is a new person. Let's see what happens here. And because I can accept that, I can then process and deal with a lot of the internal turmoil about it, because a lot of that stuff you can share with this Hikaru.
Yes, actually you can.
And from the standpoint of teaching, which, I love also as another way that we can have specific objectives for Yoshiki within the conflict while dealing with an entity like this, right?
Yes.
Because if you have a story like this on paper without all of the horror framing and the it feels like Hikaru's manipulating Yoshiki, then you basically just have a Lilo and Stitch or whatever, where it's the, hey, you don't know how things are here. Yeah, I'm going to teach you.
It's a fish out of water story.
Right. It's Superman needing to be raised by the Kents so that way, he doesn't get turned into a monster, right?
Maybe there's a demon inside of him and, it's a potential problem, but that's just a connection to the thing that others him
Exactly.
from the humans, basically.
Right, and so you don't do the, I'm going to lock you in a tower, gloves on, conceal, don't fail. You just treat them like a person and hey,
and oh my God, that does wonders.
Wow,
you love people and they respond well. It's almost like we as human beings are designed to receive like compassion and love.
It's almost like it's a metaphor for how humans themselves are also able to do all kinds of monstrous things. And hey, if
because we other people and go, they don't deserve love, they don't deserve this. Oh well, what do you know? Then we get the Rie Kurebayashis who are like, I got this weird vibe. I will go back to the original thing here, but the idea that she was almost like slipping in these other things that had nothing to do with the supernatural aspect.
Yeah, they did.
Where it's like the foreign people that come in here, those that don't belong. And I was just like, wait a minute, you're starting to say some things that have nothing to do with the weird vibes and just the way in which you other people.
Yes, and I think that also,
and the way of the girl versus a boy thing, like.
Sure. And I think that is also good to have in there because in a similar way with Hikaru, but from the flip side, because Rie is so, hey, I'm the plot character, right? Like, you need to have something to temper that, right?
Yes.
Because she comes in and starts expositing about all the stuff, right? And it's like, oh, wow, okay, you have the gift or whatever. And so now we have some things where it's like, okay, yes, she probably does have a lot of good points, and you should definitely stay in contact with her and everything, but also she's a person, not the voice of God. Take what she says with a grain of salt.
Exactly. And also, she has no insight to help you, honestly, with the relationship issues.
Exactly.
She is primarily there to, you're saying.
But from the standpoint of making sure that you are safe, she can absolutely help a lot.
Right. Put some basically proper boundaries in. That was the issue I had with the earlier episodes, honestly, was that it felt like we were setting up a character in Yoshiki who was going to have no boundaries with Hikaru because he was unable to accept that this was not Hikaru.
But also he wanted him to be Hikaru, and Hikaru kind of knew that, and so Hikaru could, get
right.
Yeah.
But right in this episode, they basically just hit that whole thing with a gigantic hammer and was like, hey, we'll revisit that, but right now, Yoshiki just put up his boundary. He just mentally brought the barrier and was like, this isn't Hikaru.
Right.
And I don't think we're going back from that.
Nope.
I don't think we can. In a lot of ways, it helped, weirdly, that there was such a dramatic display of this thing coming out of Hikaru there.
Yes.
That actually simplified things for Yoshiki a little bit.
And that's where you get the, like, from a relationship standpoint, even though, oh my God, there are so many things that are still happening where it's like, danger, red alert, red flags, all that stuff, right?
Right.
I would never recommend someone to stay in a position like this that Yoshiki is staying in, but if you choose to stay in a situation like this, okay, cool, that's what we're working with now, and I hope everything goes well, right? Let's see if
acknowledge, acknowledge where you're at.
Yeah.
Acknowledge where the other person is at. Have a healthy confrontation with them.
Yep.
And I think in a lot of ways, this is what he's doing. He's leading with apologies because he's the kind of person that kind of wants to bring up his own stuff first so that he's like not trying to put the person into a defensive state. And I don't think that's because he's scared of Hikaru. I think that's because in that moment, it's I've accepted that you're not Hikaru. So pretty much everything that you did and the fact that you didn't harm me, really, outside of the grip of the forearm there, actually has me trusting you a little bit.
And I understand that I hurt you.
Yes.
Right? Like,
I hurt you a lot because I basically said, get away from me, creep.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, I became those townsfolk that would look at us probably hanging out together and go, And I hate that I channeled that in that moment, even if it wasn't a true
it's
feeling there.
Something that reminds you of it, not the actual thing that it reminds you of, right?
Right.
And so awesome. Let's see how their dynamic continues. But even if someone is fully well-intentioned and you have a lot of good behaviors, pile up and stuff. There's the saying, don't judge people by their worst moments.
Yep.
But no, you absolutely judge people by their worst moments. Also their best. But
what you do is you judge people holistically.
Right.
You take the you take the relationship and connection that you have with them, and you acknowledge where are the areas that I'm biased to ignore certain things because of whatever.
Right. The fact that Hikaru probably killed Matsura-san, that's a problem.
Right.
That's an issue.
And what will probably get brought up that will bring the complications to this is that we have within the plot dynamic side of things, the idea that whatever is inside or is Hikaru right now is something that holds domain over the spooky shit.
Yep.
The issue, and the part that I find fascinatingly cool about this, is we're already starting to seed and foreshadow the disconnect between that rules over the spooky shit and the spooky shit. The idea that Hikaru is actually not necessarily a good guardian, but a guardian. Basically, if there's some kind of hellish portal on the mountain of nasty stuff here,
where people go to and then they disappear, or,
right?
Whatever
Stuff happens. Hikaru's job is supposed to be kind of covering that. It's his domain, basically.
Yeah.
So we have a very literal mechanical thing in that they will have to revisit the place that they're not supposed to, but they will be safe
because we've got the bigger,
because we got the biggest dog in the
exactly.
in the park here.
Right.
That being said, this is the kind of stuff where Yoshiki doesn't have to jump into that immediately until other stuff starts happening in the town that doesn't have anything to do with Hikaru.
Right.
And that's really fun because, oh boy, the idea that if he has some kind of monstrous thing that he has to build his own relationship with through the assistance of Yoshiki, maybe.
Sure.
That could be a direction the story could take this. But for right now, that's almost in some ways been pushed down the road. Like,
yes,
it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be focused on right now.
Right.
And so I just feel really excited about actual emotional relational developments between them that is going to be positive and also probably framed around the bringing of other people into the dynamic.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and turn it into some weird math formula here.
Oh, sure.
Right? Diagram for it.
Yeah.
Previously, we had a single one-note conflict. Plenty of depth to get into with that, but it was one note. Oh my God, Yoshiki's in a bad situation. Can he get out of it? Will he survive? All of these things, right? How can he deal with the grief of that Hikaru's dead? All that stuff, right? All kind of wrapped up into one little bundle here.
Oh God, Yoshiki. That's the whole thing, yeah.
Oh God, Yoshiki. Now we have Hikaru as an actual other character. So there's two angles for that too.
Right.
But then we also have the fact that they actually are interacting in ways that is genuine. So it's not just cat and mouse. Can he avoid the thing that's trying to eat him or subsume him or whatever? But it's as things happen over here, how does it affect things over here? Right. And then we have also the townsfolk and all of that stuff and how they'll interact with that, because now it's not just a thing of, oh, hey, Yoshiki, once you find out all the bad shit that's happening, will you then go to the townspeople and hopefully be more safe or something, right? It's also are the townspeople going to muck things up? Because then they're going to come in with their pitchforks and torches, right? Because, Hikaru probably killed somebody, right? But, if we're in the middle of some fantastic rehabilitation, you don't necessarily want that to be disturbed, right? So, yeah. Fun stuff.
Yeah. I am very curious about a couple little things that this episode kind of seeded here, if we're ready to go into details.
Sure.
So, one of the things that Kurebayashi said is basically that, there's some kind of distortion. There's eerie things happening across town,
Yeah.
Strange incidents, impurities. This is all foreign to you, ain't it? Basically, we're getting visitors who shouldn't be here. Like, everything that she said bookended around this part was like, okay, yeah, she's got some kind of spiritual senses of some kind. Then she said this, and I was like, wait a minute. Like, this feels like we're the cloistered town, and people are coming in from a city or what have you.
Which, to be fair, like, not necessarily going to be the most helpful, but yeah, people with suits show up and that doesn't happen often.
I do not like the way that she framed this in the slightest bit. I do not want to read it with a good lens. The thing that I immediately have an issue with is that I think that this is a classic example of where her character is actually bang on right with her sensing something being off.
Right.
But she immediately does the classic human mistake of misapplying her observations and interpreting them poorly.
Okay.
I think she's right in that
something replaced your friend, and
that something left the mountain, and then the distortion spreads like wildfire. Maybe it needs to be in the mountain to prevent this distortion from spreading. I think she's right about that. But what she's applying it to with regards to people and visitors and all that stuff feels like the kind of thing where she's taking the, clearly this guy's starting to develop a gay attraction to his boy here. And, once you get that kind of stuff in here, then you have bad vibes and the people are going to start, it's going to bring about a doom upon our town and stuff. And
to frame it another way, oftentimes in stories when you have the person that comes up and says, I know about the crazy shit that's happening in the story, it is natural for the character that is the perspective character to respond and be like, what the hell are you talking about, crazy person? Because that's how a person would normally respond. But us, the audience, the readers or the whatever, because we know about the meta stuff that's happening, or we see other scenes out of context or whatever, we're like, no, you need to listen to them. Whereas in this case, no, she actually is really coming off like a crazy person, and or the, yes, we can't have, same-sex relationships or things like that. You're different, and so, all of this stuff or whatever.
Yeah, I just wanted to frame that, as also that she brought up that the thing that connects the two of them is that her late husband suddenly came home one day, didn't go well, and ended up giving my son a wound that would never heal. So, that is very choice words.
Yep.
And so what I think she's saying is that he traumatized her son.
Yep.
But that also, weirdly enough, feels like censoring. Like a wound that would never heal.
Okay.
It feels like I don't want to say what he actually did.
Right. So,
like the kind of trauma.
Outside of a supernatural show, right?
Yeah.
What I would think that this is basically, my husband potentially sexually abused my kid. And, hey, the kid ended up moving away. We tried to, I wanted to make things work, but, the husband had to go, right? Okay. Then there's the more prejudiced, thing that she could be saying of the, my son turned gay or something, right? And so, that's a wound that will never heal, right? I'm not sure. I feel like that one breaks down a bit within the context that Hikaru and the horror monster yokai thing being very much fused with the romance side of things, right? I feel like that breaks down then, because what's the thing that would have then happened with her husband that she is talking about as an actual literal thing that happened in the story? Because I don't think there would be another example of a Hikaru or whatever, right?
No. I think the part that I'm just kind of wanting to take a lot of what she says with a grain of salt is basically that description of events, basically. And it felt like she was holding back for more of the, I'm talking to a child and I don't want to tell them the actual horrible thing that my late husband did.
Or put another way, damn lady, this dude just opened up to you, a stranger, about a shit ton of vulnerable stuff, and you
really made it about yourself.
Well, no, not even that.
Oh, okay.
you didn't actually really go into much details yourself about what you went through. You kind of used a bunch of like
I guess,
disconnected talk. And the thing is, if he's in a situation where he's actually in danger, you need to talk brass tacks. Like what happened? You know, did he act strange and then he knifed your son or something? Was it something where he got distant or emotionally abusive or something?
Stop. I know exactly what this is.
Okay.
I know exactly what this is. This is so obvious. It could be just as simple as, oh, you know when Hikaru grabbed the arm and then the thing never healed? Like it stayed there?
That it's literally just that?
And it's the same thing that's potentially on Tanaka's neck?
Wait, what if you're...
So it's just the thing of where, it's that.
Okay, all right.
Maybe he was aggressive and maybe violently attacked their son, but it's not that the wound never healed in like a trauma way. No, it literally just was a permanent scarring.
And I will say,
because we literally had that be introduced here
in this episode. I think you're right.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that I think the fact that we went into that direction of things is a testament to how well this show is making us antsy.
Yes.
Because
and uncomfortable,
Right, because it's the, oh my God, what's actually going on, you know, all of that stuff. And, oh, hey, it might actually just be a very straight up literal thing that's being talked about.
Maybe.
And any undertones or whatever, subtext or, you know, things that the lady would be bringing in, that's for us to cue in as a thing that is not a literal thing for the show, but given that, like, the whole romance side of things is also using the layer of indirection of, like, Hikaru and all the stuff that's happening there, that's the, this is general person in small town, rather than, like, that is a literal thing that is not being talked about that, you know, is actually what happened in her backstory with her husband and her son in the plot, right?
Thing I wanted to bring up also was just the moment where the miasma goes inside of Yoshiki and he gets thrown into a memory. It's not his, of potentially Hikaru's dad holding
a head. Well, someone holding a head.
So at the very least, all we're seeing is the head.
Right.
Of a long black hair person.
And I think this is not actually Hikaru's dad. I think this is someone from a very long time ago. And that's the device that Tanaka mentioned was like a calcified head or whatever.
So then this is a descendant of Hikaru then.
Or ancestor, yeah.
Did I say descendant? I'm sorry, ancestor.
Right, and so that's a long time ago, this happened, right?
Right, and this might be one of the oldest memories of this thing.
Right.
Cool. That also ties into the idea of Hikaru's dad having been someone that walked up into the mountain on the same time of the year that Hikaru did and just died. So, there might be a way in which this is actually something that is Hikaru being the vessel or what have you replaced by this thing might actually be a part of this town's old lore and legends to go about things in a not so negative way. Like there might be something at play there because again, we're not entirely sure about some of the details surrounding what happened actually in the, what was it, like in the beginning of the year when Hikaru went up the mountain?
Right.
Because he was running from some people. But that doesn't tell us necessarily anything.
Well, and we don't know why he had the calcified skull thing or whatever, the head or whatever.
Well,
like, you know, there were a lot of things where it's clearly.
Well, that was from the dad.
But clearly actual Hikaru was starting to clue into some things and maybe behaving that little bit differently, you know, continuing the family business or tradition or guardianship or whatever. And then, things went bad and now Hikaru is Hikaru, like present Hikaru.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just something where it puts things into a much more scary place. Into a much scarier place given that Hikaru's dad literally just died recently. Like, very recently.
Right, and the fact that we're getting that information now, it's like, wait, what?
Wait.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Great episode though.
Yeah.
The fact that it was able to not fully recontextualize, like it was backtracking on anything that the show had done, but just being like, hey,
It doubled down on where Hikaru as a character is at.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be so simple. It might still be the same eventual thing that needs to happen, but it is going to be a whole lot messier with how we get there.
Yeah, there's
and
gonna be a lot.
somewhere else.
There's gonna be a lot more nuance with it,
Yep.
which is exciting.
Yeah.
God, all right, y'all. Thank you
Okay.
so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if any of that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb,
I'm Jacob.
and we'll see you all next
Next time.
time.